And two good teams, and it should be a pretty good ball game as Faith Christian is out of Georgia, and both of these teams played earlier this morning, and both of them dominated their games. And so there's a lot of matchups here. It'd be very interesting how this game comes out. But Faith Christian only has 7 players on the roster. Of course, Columbus Christian has 13 on their roster. And so if it goes deep, Columbus really has an opportunity to do some damage here.
Absolutely. We've watched a couple of games where they've had short teams, a short bench, 6 players, where it's gone either way. Either the bench is too short, your players get tired, you end up on the losing end, or maybe it might be a little bit too fast and the bench might be too large, and you aren't sure when or you might want to throw in your players and when you might want to hold back. But both starting lineups are out on the floor as Faith Baptist in the middle has Marco Danjubich up to tip, and the tip will be won by Columbus Christian. Seems like Danjubich was not ready for it, as it will now go back into the hands of Faith Baptist, after the missed shot. Faith Baptist spots up for 3, and that will be knocked down by Nigel Blake. The first 3-pointer made in this contest. Up quickly comes the Columbus Christian. Both Crusaders in this one, so I'll try and keep you on track whether it is Faith Baptist or Columbus Christian. Quickly back comes Faith Baptist. Shot was up, no good. We can already see that Baptist wants to run. Down with the rebound, and up quickly comes Columbus. Spot and shot, no good. And bounces off the back iron and out. Josh Miracle. Up quickly as Danjevich has it. Will pass off down low into the post. Shot up and no good by James Forrest. Rebound pulled down by Adrian Pauly.
Faith of Georgia will want to run up and down the floor. Columbus will probably want to do some offensive set half court.
Nick Bridgewater already passes into the quarter. Yet again taken in by Miracle. Shot up, no good. Danjevich, the tallest player on the floor by a couple inches, grabs in the rebound. And the reach-in foul will be on Austin Straub, one of the best players on this Columbus Christian team, as it will look to continue a 2-3 zone now, and the second three-pointer will be hoisted up. And the bank is open on this one as Eric Shaw is able to bank in his first three-point attempt. Score is 6-0, 6:34 left here in the first quarter. Just across the timeline, Nick Bridgewater into the paint. His shot is up, off the glass, and through. 6-2 now the score. Back comes Faith Baptist. Into the hands of Eric Shaw. Back up top of the key to Nigel Blake, going up against the 2-3 zone. Blake is about out the half-court line. Passes off right elbow into the hands of Eric Shaw. Pass around the key, and now another three-pointer taking this one up, and no good by Hafizu Musa. But the rebound is pulled down by James Forrest. Put back up and in for 2, and the foul.
Nice going after the ball. Rebound, miss, and 2 points for Forrest, and the foul's on Miracle, his first.
At the free throw line to complete the three-point play will be James Forrest. His shot is up, and he's not able to complete it. But Danjevich, using his advantage, is able to bring down the rebound. Up and with the floater in the lane is Nigel Blake. We were not lied to when told how much this team likes to get up and down. A quick timeout will be called. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. I'm going to go ahead and keep it here with Keith. I tell you what, Keith, up and down basketball, 10-2, not even 3 minutes into the game.
You know, we get the tip, and it goes all the way down to Columbus. Columbus misses a layup, and after that, it was just run up and down we go, as it is 10-2. As this is the 5th game of the day. We have 2 games for you tonight at 8 and 9:30, so stay tuned with us for those games. But, yeah, I'm very impressed with their tall player, Faith Baptist. He's over 6 foot tall. I think he listed him at 6'7". He will be a force inside.
Force inside is correct. As we did see a lot of size in the past 2 games in the Division IV level. This is some size right here. As Columbus Christian will pass the ball in. Bridgewater has it. Goes cross court in the hands of Miracle. They pass the timeline as Bridgewater goes into the far post. This is going to be baseline out of bounds. And it's going to stay here with Columbus Christian. Faith Baptist playing match-up, man-to-man defense. Wide open top of the key is Miracle, but they'll go to Bridgewater on the left elbow. He'll float into the lane, and his shot no good. A little bit of a retaliation foul there by Adrian Polly, and that's going to be his second foul. Oh, no, only his first, but the third team. I thought he picked one up earlier. Instead, it is 10-2, 5:30 left here in the first quarter. Nigel Blake up to the left wing, and the three-point shot is no good by Eric Shaw, and the rebound will be pulled in by Bridgewater. Bridgewater up into the front court, passes off to Straub. Straub into the lane, shot up, and that's going to be no good. Rebound will be batted out into the hands of Shaw. Shaw up into the front court, his lay-in is going to be left short, but the tip-in is good there by James Forrest. Productivity and a steal off the inbounds, but they're going to say that Hafizu Musa stepped on the baseline, but yet very active there on the inbounds pass. A trapping zone, and the ball is going to be stolen and passed back into the hands of Shaw. Shaw up and in for two, and no, the foul will be called, though. Shaw's going to go to the line to shoot some free throws. That foul will go on Josh Miracle. That's his second. At the free throw line is Eric Shaw. His free throw is up, and this one is through. Miracle's going to have to check out of the ballgame with two fouls. Coming in for him will be Logan Roth. We saw Columbus Christian in the first game of our broadcasting yesterday. They're facing a high-powered offensive team now, as this will be out of bounds off of Nigel Blake. So it'll be Columbus Christian ball down by 11 early. Not even halfway through the first quarter. Bridgewater passes it over into the hands of Roth. Roth up into the right corner, as it will be a cross-court pass to Bridgewater. Three. This court bounces into the hands of Noblet. Down low, up fake, shot up, good. Noblet's able to finish at the rim. Brings it back to a 9-point game, but just like that, Shaw puts up a three. This one's no good. Noblet soars for the big rebound. Back comes Columbus Christian, trying to build back a lead. And instead, it's going to be stolen. Dan Jubic in the front court. No-look pass. Shaw down low, blocked. Put back up and in by James Forrest. 15-4 is the score. Up into the front court, Polly has it. Almost over and back. Was able to get it into the hands of a cutting player. That was Roth. Passed around the top of the key. 15-4, an 11-point advantage. Noblet down low. Little turnaround hook shot, and that's good. Grabbed by Polly down low, and they're going to get a foul on Marko Danjubic on the put back up by Polly.
That would be the key to get Danjubic as much in foul trouble as possible early. 15-4 is the score.
The first free throw is up and through. Polly's able to knock it down 15-5, down to a 10-point lead.
Slow start here for Columbus.
Very slow start, very fast start for Faith Baptist. And Jubic will pass it in. This time Blake will walk it up the court. Passes to Shaw at the right elbow extended. Shaw looks to get it back into the hands of Blake in the left wing. He'll get up into the lane, and there's going to be a carrying call. And this will go back to Columbus. Might be the turnover they needed. No, they're going to call a moving screen on James Forrest. Pardon me, even better for the Columbus faithful. That's his first, team second. There's now going to be another clock confusion here, as I don't believe the clock was either not started
as now they're checking with each other, and they've got that figured out.
Added some more time there. 3:27 put back onto the clock. Into the lane. Straub shot will be no good. But I do believe he was able to corral the back. Instead, it'll be out of bounds, though. Back to Faith Baptist. 3:19 left here in the first quarter. 15-6. 9-point lead for Faith Baptist. They are surprising everyone with their speed and their offensive ability. Forrest has it down low in the post. Uses the spin move. Gets open. Lay in. Good.
He is a very powerful player. That first step is powerful.
Very crafty. As the ball may be stolen in the backcourt, instead it will be back into the hands of Columbus Christian. Checking the game for the first time will be Jarrett Noble, giving a rest to Straub. Straub might have a bit of a cut on him. Need to get that fixed. As Noblet catches the pass, is able to lay it up and in for two. 17-8. Still a 9-point lead. Shaw finds an opening, penetrates and kicks out to Danjevich. Inside to Forrest. Forrest up off the backboard for two. He's got 10 here early. Personally outscoring Columbus Christian. Coast to coast, pass down low, Polly up and good for two. As there will be a timeout for Faith Baptist. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here, Keith, and it seems as though the up and down play of Faith Baptist might have caught Columbus Christian a little surprised in the beginning of that one.
Yeah, you're right. But, Columbus Christian chipping away a little bit here. The game is not over after the end of the first quarter. You just got to keep working at it. Chip, 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 chip. And who knows? They're scoring. Faith Baptist is shooting the ball very, very well. You don't know if they're going to shoot 70% all the time. You don't think that is possible, but you got to play good defense, and I think you need help defense, especially when Forrest gets the ball in the post. He's really dominated in the post there.
Forrest using his crafty ability and wingspan to hoist up a lot of shot and made shots here. Up comes Faith Baptist, clinching on to a strong lead early. 9 points. Shaw penetrates, and this one will be blocked by Roth. Out of bounds, they're going to say it's staying with Faith Baptist. Into the game will be Strobe. He was out for a little bit, cleaned up that cut on his finger. Pass will be in. Fadeaway shot is up and through for Nigel Blake. 21-10 is now the score. Not even 2 minutes left here. Driven all the way, there will be a foul picked up, as this one will be on Shaw. Only his first, but you know what? You get them in foul trouble. We'll see what happens. As Roth is still in the game, Bridgewater as well. You've got Polly, you've got Noblet, as well as Roth. As Straub is now controlling the basketball, right elbow extended, gets it into the hands of Roth. Into the lane, Roth finishes at the rim for two. It's a big take there as the score is now 21-12. Dyslexia very confused. As that's going to be out of bounds off of Danjevich. And I tell you what, although Columbus Christian is from Indiana, they brought one great crowd. Loudest it's been all day here. As the ball will be knocked out of bounds off of Hafizu Musa. It'll be out of bounds to Columbus Christian. 1:40 left here in the first quarter. Passed and stolen by Nigel Blake. Blake finishes for two, and the foul on Bridgewater.
Blake just anticipated where that pass is going, and Bridgewater had to give him a little bump. The basket is good, and that is Blake's 9th point of this quarter.
Looking for his 10th at the line. Sizes it up, puts it in. They're going to call a lane violation. Going back, this is going to go against Faith Baptist. Score still 23-12. 11-point lead. Straub having trouble getting it in. Passes it to Roth. Roth back to Straub. Straub is going to get across the timeline and trying to get the foul on Hafizu Musa. And this time Musa is able to get it up. And it will be taken back by Bridgewater. Pass down to Noblet. Noblet up, fake shot, good. Score is now 23-16. Excitement back and forth. As it might be 23-14, not sure. Clock is a little slow to go. As it will now be a three by Musa. This one off the mark. Right back to Columbus Christian. 59 seconds, finally under a minute in this back and forth high quality first quarter. Brent Young joined alongside Keith Myers. As a crossover dribble by Bridgewater is going to be deflected and stolen. Back comes Baptist as they will put up the shot and get a foul on Robb. That'll send Shaw to the line for 2 free throws. First free throw is up and no good for Shaw. Kind of started backing away from the free throw line there.
Shaw has 4 points on the night.
Scoring continues as Shaw will knock down the second. 1 for 2 from the line. 24-14 now the score. 45 seconds left here as Bridgewater will get it up and into the hands of Polly. Bridgewater still top of the key. Receives a screen from Polly. Down low to the big man. Noblet cannot corral it. It will be stolen. Back comes Faith Baptist. Little floater is up and good by Nigel Blake. 26-14. Unbelievable offense by Faith Baptist. And this will be a foul. This foul will go against Shaw. That's going to be Shaw's second foul. And the 4th team foul. Yet again, we mentioned only 7 players on this Faith Baptist team. Interesting to see if they continue to get into foul trouble. Now with the ball is Bridgewater. 16 seconds on the clock. Bridgewater splits 2 defenders. Layup is blocked by Musa. This ball will float out of bounds off of Faith Baptist Church. And I tell you what, I think that's some athleticism on this team as well for Faith Baptist.
Wingspan is unbelievable.
Pass in from Straub. Will get it into the corner, and that's going to float out of bounds, but it will stay here with Columbus Christian. 10.7 seconds left. Still a 12-point game. Into the lane. Polly has it. Turnaround step shot. And that'll bounce off the front rim and take the shooter's roll. 3 seconds left. Shot is up by Blake, and it is no good. Bounces off the back iron. At the end of the first quarter, the score is Faith Baptist 26. Game will be Glenn All Lane as well as Zarko Jokic. The ball will be passed around top of the key into the hands of Blake. Blake receives the screen, stops and pops from 3. This one is short. Rebound down into the hands of Noblet. Bridgewater slows it down. I'm joined with Keith Myers, the coach. As Straub has it. Looks to get into the lane. Instead, pass back into the hands of Polly. And now it will be taken in by Miracle. We'll pass back out. A long 3-pointer by Straub, and that's good. Back down to a 7-point game, 26-19. It's going to be interesting to see, Keith, as the first games that these two teams have played have all been blowouts. A little bit closer per game. We'll see who reacts. And this ball will be stolen by Straub down low. Taken into the front court as it'll be Bridgewater. Bridgewater into the lane, and his flip shot is good. 26-21, a quick 5-0 run to start off the second quarter.
Somebody woke up Columbus, and I'm telling you, it's loud in this gym.
Dan Jubich with the ball out of the three-point line. Tries to pass down low. The ball will float around and land right into the hands of James Forrest. Up and in for two. Opportunistic bucket right there. 28-21, a 7-point lead, and just like that, back and forth basketball. Lay-in is in for Josh Miracle. Fresh into the game with 2 fouls. Back down to a 5-point game. Now Lane with the ball. Lane gets into the lane, and his shot is going to be deflected out of bounds off of Miracle. It'll stay here with Faith Baptist. As the ref tries to initiate a little bit of dominance out on the court, the ball will be given to Lane. Lane to Danjubich. He wants a little bit of a post up down low. Pass out, top of the key. That shot is off the mark, intended by Jokic. Rebound falls down into the hands of Miracle. So Columbus Christian a chance to come back within 3 points here. Even 2. As it'll be Miracle. Spin move. Flip shot. Good. As we have a timeout. 28-25. 5:31 left. We're going to go ahead and keep it here with the 30 seconds. I'm gonna bring in the coach.
Slow start here for Columbus. They got their offense running a little bit. Defensively, the two team players that really have dominated for them for Faith has been Blake has 11, Force has 12 right now. You got to stop the inside game. If you work their inside game, the 3-point shooter I don't think is going to affect you much. If you're Columbus, you got to keep putting pressure on, and you got to put the ball in the middle of the floor. And Noblet may be the key here late in the game.
Yeah. Defense needs to be applied on James Forrest. How much does Forrest have right now, Coach?
Forrest has 12 points tonight.
12 of their 28. Highly proficient. Up comes Blake into the front court. And there's going to be an offensive foul. This will go against James Forrest. That is his second. Give him a third in this quarter, and that would be huge.
And if you look, 7 players on the floor, Columbus could wear you out.
Up and down. Oh, a good pass from Bridgewater down into the hands of Noblet. Could not corral it, but we'll get it up top of the key. This 3-point shot is no good, and it will be pulled down, and we've got a foul underneath the basket. 3-pointer was intended by Miracle, and they're going to give that foul to Polly, and that's his second foul as well. 28-25, still a 3-point game, 5-11, as it's already the one in the bonus for Faith Baptist. About to shoot the free throws now. It'll be interesting to see who it will be.
Cooler heads should prevail here, as the officials now are trying to calm down both coaches, the players. This is a very high intense game. Winner of this goes to the Final Four. They know that. So you got to control it, and you have to play within yourselves.
Forrest to the line to shoot one in the bonus. 12 points already in the night. His first free throw, high arcing and through. He'll be rewarded a second free throw.
This Faith team scored 107 points earlier today. So they do know how to put the ball up the hoop.
Team that loves to get up and down, as Faith Baptist is not able to knock down the second. I believe this will be another lane infraction, as they will call that. And that will be a turnover either way. Columbus Christian retains possession. Miracle has it in the backcourt. Finds the cutting Straub. Almost cut away, and now it's going to be stolen by Musa. Bit of a push-off, and this will be laid up and in. by Nigel Blake. Back comes Columbus Christian. As they look to pass the half-court line, it will be Bridgewater. Guarded by Jokic. Into the front court. Passed around the key as Bridgewater has it on the left wing. Drives into the lane. There's going to be a blocking foul on the floor. This foul will go against, I do believe they're going to give it to Jokic. No. Zarko seems as though they want to check about the clock. 4:14 should be on the clock. Clock did not start. 4:40 started early. As it will now be passed in by Columbus Christian. Into the baseline shot by Polly. No good. Rebound falls down to Faith Baptist. They're on another fast break. Lane will be good by Lane. 4:29.
33-25.
As the ball will be deflected out of bounds, cannot be controlled by Miracle. So it'll be out of bounds. Faith Baptist basketball. Passing it in will be Musa. Try to give it to Lane as it will be kicked out of bounds. 4:24 left here. Brent Young with Keith Myers. 33-25 is the score. Top of the key. Worked into the hands of Musa. Down low, Lane could not finish the bunny. Got his own miss. Put it back in for two. Just the activity by these bigs from Faith Baptist is huge. Into the front court. Tried to lay it back down into the hands of Noblet. Should have put up the shot himself. Instead of being Bridgewater into the lane as a blocking foul will be picked up by Lane. That will send Bridgewater to the line to shoot two. That's the 17th foul as well. A 10-point lead yet again for Faith Baptist.
They had it within two.
Bridgewater's first is up and through.
Bridgewater with 3 points, 5 points on the night.
Able to miss the second. Got it within 9 though. Musa quickly up. The three-pointer is knocked through by Jokic Zarko. As it will now be pushed up into the front. And they finally get a reach-in foul against Musa. That'll be Musa's first. The whole Columbus crowd and Columbus coaches have been begging for that foul to be called the entire game. Sending Straub to the line to shoot one in the bonus. Straub sizes it up. Is not able to knock down the first. And a big-time rebound there by Forrest. Back comes the lay-in. No good. Forrest, another board, another putback for two. 40-36 is now the score. Up into the hands of Polly. Polly straight into the body of Forrest. Cannot finish at the rim. Instead it'll be Forrest grabbing the miss. Up comes Blake. Out to Zarko. Zarko for three, no good. And it'll be knocked out of bounds. Keeping it here with Faith Baptist. 40-26, 3:14, up and down basketball. Into the corner, worked into the lane, and the pass, and the shot is up and good by Blake. 42-26. The lead is really growing for this Faith Baptist squad. Up and in, cannot finish though. It was Bridgewater. The rebound was by Polly, and a reach over the back. This will be a foul on Lane. That's his second. Feels as almost if every Baptist Crusader has two fouls.
Absolutely, and that can affect you late in the game.
Polly puts up the first free throw, rims out.
You got to score points here on the free throw line.
Checking into the game will be Roth, giving a rest to Noblet. Score is still 42-26. Polly tries to break into that, and he'll do just that. 42-27 now. Still a 15-point advantage. Slowly up into the front court is Blake. Zarko has the three, instead decides to pass to Blake. 2:45 left here. Zarko for three. This one's off the mark. Pulled down by Polly. Polly Passes it up and into the hands of Straub. And it will be taken all the way in. The Euro step is a miracle move by Miracle. 42-29 now.
If you can get it to single digits before halftime, that would be a good thing if you're Columbus.
Zarko with the basketball. Cross-court pass as it will be Blake. Blake looks to get into the lane. A little step-back shot on the baseline. No good. It'll be tipped around and corralled by Roth of Columbus Christian. A quick pass trying to split four defenders. A pass that did not need to be made. Zarko spots up for three. This one, no good. And this will be an over-the-back call here, as the foul will be on Hafizu Musa. That's only his second, but that's the 10th team foul, sending Miracle to the line for 2 free throws. A couple more substitutions that Dan Jubic checks back into the game, as well as Eric Shaw. Two shots, had to clarify. Faith Baptist still holding on to a 13-point advantage under 2 minutes. Miracle sizes up the first. Had himself a solid night so far. Able to knock it down. 42-30. Brings it back a little closer.
12 points. You were down by 18 at one time. Is that correct?
18 was the largest lead, yes. Second free throw sized up and not knocked through. This will be, as they'll just continue to play an inadvertent whistle there, kind of, as it will be knocked into the corner. Shaw, three is good. And Columbus Christian has every reason to be angry. Confusion with the errant buzzer there, as it will extend the lead back to 15 points, 45-30. Into the front court, Straub lays it in off the glass, off the rim for two. 1:30 left, 45-32. Shaw has it, goes down low into the post. Forrest, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Forrest throwing the elbows, as this will be going back to Columbus Christian, and that is Forrest's third foul. Zarko will check back in for Faith Christian, as the foul trouble is really hurting this team. It'll be Faith Baptist still holding on to a 13-point advantage. Columbus Christian, a very crucial possession here just before halftime. Pass into the hands of Noblet. Noblet, a handoff pass. Bridgewater, three, and off the back iron. Rebounded by Dan Jubic, as he'll call back Blake. Blake will now pass up quickly into the hands of Lane. Lane gets it back. Is able to get out to, that would be Blake. Floater in the lane. No good. Rebounded down low. And that's going to be a harmless reach-in foul by Lane. 93 feet from the basket. That's Lane's third. Sending Noblet to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Keith, the foul trouble really might be the main thing that has Columbus with the advantage to make a bit of a run in the second half.
Yeah, now, with the foul as they are, you go aggressive to the basket and hoping that the officials continue to call the fouls they have been calling the whole entire game.
Noblet's first free throw is up and through. Brings back within 12 points. 45-33. 54.5 seconds left here in the second quarter, as the second free throw just as good as the first. Down to an 11-point game. Faith Baptist with the ball.
This Columbus Christian game in the ICST Regional was down by 17 with 3 minutes to go to the game and won the game.
Look at this, though. A quick steal up into the front court and an errant pass intended for Bridgewater. Stolen, taken back coast to coast by Shaw. A 4-point swing right there brings back a 13-point lead for Faith Baptist. Into the front court is Straub. He's able to throw it up off the glass for two. Back and forth, 47-36. Slowly bringing it up. Blake has it. Looks to get into the front court. His floater up and in. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, not sure if they notice. Straub has it, 2, and now 1. And he is going to hit a fan in the crowd, but that will be the end of the first half here. At the NACA National Tournament, we have the score. Faith Baptist Crusaders, 49. And Columbus Christian Crusaders, 36. Stay tuned here on Indiana SRN as we get ready for more live action.
Educating students.
Educating students.
To become servants of Christ. Servants of Christ.
Given us, we question his rule and his authority, while at the same time doing that with the brain he gave us and holds together, and the lungs and the air that he gave us to breathe with. This is the great blasphemy of the universe. So we've all belittled God, and God, being just, right, and holy, is not going to allow the belittlement of his name. God then, not being able to spare wrath, sends Christ in the flesh and crushes him. And in so doing, pours out his wrath against the children of God onto the Son, killing him. Then God raises him from the dead, and that same power that raised Christ from the dead is now at work in those who would believe. This is the gospel. That you and I have right standing before God, not by our efforts, not by our works, not by our skill, not by whether or not we cuss or don't cuss, drink or don't drink, watch this, don't watch this, do this, don't do that. Justified before God by the cross of Christ alone. Your lust, you're not going to be able to fix it. Your bitterness, you're not going to be able to fix it. Your rage, anger, those deviances that have been following you around, you don't possess the power of life and death. You can't resurrect anything. Christ can. That's the good news. That's why we don't celebrate us. That's why we continually celebrate him. We boast in the cross and the cross alone. The same power that is at work in raising Christ from the dead is at work in me and work in all who believe. This is the gospel.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, home for God's Word 24/7 and sports. Halftime here. We're here with Coach Neil Ring, the AD, basketball coach, and janitor of the gymnasium at times at Bob Jones University. Coach, welcome to the broadcast.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
It is awesome. You told us off the air that you coached here. You brought a couple teams from Arkansas here, and now as a college coach, you see the NACA in a different way. Your experience as a high school coach, now as your experience as a college coach, two different things. Explain the difference for us.
Yeah, obviously, as a competitor, you come here, you want to win.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, I was on the difficult losses in the first game both years that we were here, and then went on to win 2 games. So we were better, than when we got here. So great experience. I had a great time with the kids. Now, as a college coach coming back, observing talent, watching the high school coaches, it's a great opportunity to come and kind of relax a little bit. We're waiting for our regional tournament to start next week, and so it gives me a chance to let my assistants do a little work back, hold a practice tonight, and watch some kids play ball.
From the years there to how the game has changed, not only on the floor, but we have an internet radio station now covering this game. You got YouTube covering this game. A lot of exposure for not only the college coaches that helps you,
Sure.
but a network like this and everything else going on. It's got to be huge for the game.
It is. We've just had a program at Bob Jones for 3 years. I was blessed to be able to start all of our athletics 3 years ago. And one of the things that going in that I knew we were going to be able to do was have a great media platform. And we film and shoot all of our stuff in HD, so you can watch our broadcasts in HD. You can watch, and just see it's a high quality product, and that's what people expect today. When we're going and watching kids, that's something we try to sell because we have a national recruiting base. So that's a big part of a college coach's opportunity today, especially at our level. We're not going to be on ESPN. We were on ESPN3 but we're not going to be on the mothership there, the main network. But we have an opportunity for parents and friends and old coaches and teammates to watch our kids when they come and play. And this is a great thing that you guys are doing because everybody loves basketball. This is the time of year, March Madness. Everybody's getting, got that itch, getting crazy about it. And so to provide that service for the kids who are coming here, that's what I love. I wish that back in the early 2000s when I came, that those kids' parents could have seen and listened to the games that were going on like these kids get the chance to today. So it's a great opportunity for them.
Over 48 states have listened to Indiana SRN, 70 different countries around the world. The Armed Forces Network has picked up a couple of our games, which have been really a blessing to us.
Awesome.
And, when you follow God's word and he says to leave and you go, okay, and you go out there and reach out, you understand. And the crazy thing is I talked to Dave Security the other day. He goes, you're not concerned? I said, no, because God's going to provide. And what a platform for the NACA also to get these Christian kids an opportunity to play on the big stage, because a lot of these kids, maybe this will be the last time they put on a uniform, and maybe if Bob Jones University picks them up or someone like that, that would be a huge blessing for them. But for them to have this as their big stage is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And you hit on a word there that means a lot to me and to our program, and that is platform. And starting the programs there, all of us have a firm belief that athletics is our platform for ministry, both internally with our kids. We do a lot with discipleship and mentoring, but also with, using for community service. We do camps internationally and even domestically. And I love what NACA does because they view it the same way. This is their ministry. And these guys that are here that are running this, they see the opportunity to bring these kids in. They get to hear good preaching. They get to be involved with, other Christian kids. And it's a fantastic part of what we get to do.
Right.
It's a privilege to be a part of this.
Well, this network alone, Coach, goes into public schools, and it is a great opportunity for us as when we get done leaving there and we get there the second and third time, kids come up and say, do you still believe in prayer? Can you pray for me? Can you tell me a little bit about Jesus? And having that testimony is huge for public schools. Coach, we appreciate you spending some time with us.
Thanks for the
Good
time.
luck. Go Bruins.
Hey, all right. Thank
and
you.
good luck in your tournament.
Thank you.
We'll
Good
be
luck.
back right after this.
In this second half, a shot missed by Miracle from three-point range as the rebound will fall into the far edge. It will now be back into the hands of Faith Baptist after the rebound was not corralled by Columbus. 49-36 still the score, and driving into the lane is Shaw. A foul from behind as they're going to a semi-late whistle will send Shaw to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Sometimes I think they wait for the whistle. If that ball would have went in, I think they would have passed on the foul because it didn't go in. I think that's why they made the foul call.
Shaw sizes up the first free throw, and that one is good.
Wow, that looked like it was going off for sure. 11 points on the night for him so far.
The worst thing about that foul is it was on Miracle. That's Miracle's third. Second free throw is good as well. 51-36. Back to 15 points. A big run is needed here. Columbus Christian passes it off to Straub. Right elbow extended. Gets into the lane. A spin move. Nifty travel. It was good looking. I'll tell you that much.
Was good looking because he took 4 steps. How about that?
Well, the NBA is a great game these days. 51-36, 7-12 left here. As the pass will go down low into the hands of Forrest. A big first half for him. Shaw has it. Left elbow now to Musa. Right elbow, that would be Blake. Blake looks down low. Instead, we'll have it into the hands of Shaw. A deep 3. No good. And back comes Columbus Christian. Pulled down by Noblet. Taken in by Straub. And his little right-hander floater in the lane is good. 51-38. Back down to 13. Continuing the play now. It will be into the hands of Shaw. Now Musa with the ball. Musa's got to be careful with those elbows. Now no one around Blake. He goes straight up with the shot, and that was no good. And a errant pass as Miracle had it. Tried to hand it off to Noblet. Noblet's looking back at Miracle, shaking his head, saying,
"What did you do?
Pass it to me.
Yeah,
Throw it to Bridgewater."
Yeah, what are you thinking about? Bridgewater was right by you, buddy.
Bridgewater has it now. Backcourt. Met by Shaw. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left in this third quarter. Still 13. Shaw has it. The crowd. Night this dude. Sorry, I have to look back down on the sheet to remember how to pronounce his name. Danjubic has the ball. Tried to pass, no look, and it'll be out of bounds. Into the hands of Shaw, top of the key. 5:48 left here in the third. Now Blake has it. Left wing. Tried to look down low, will be passed around to Danjubic. Almost a travel there. Got it back to Shaw. He'll get into the lane. His baseline shot rattles out, and it will be pulled down by Noblet. Bridgewater has it. Slowly crosses the timeline into the front court. A good pass down low. Polly shot up. No good. But maybe even more important, a foul on Danjubic. That'll be his third. Oh, only his second. I thought everyone had 2, but let's go ahead and run with that. Danjubic picks up his second. First free throw is good by Polly.
8 points on the night for Polly.
Missed 1 free throw earlier in the night, if I do remember right. And he'll do just that. Misses that one. Into the front court. Shaw has it. Uses the basket as another help. And will go underneath for the scoop shot on the other end. Up and under. 53-39 now the score. Back to 14. Cross the timeline. Sizing up the defense and spotting up for a 3. And knocking it through is Bridgewater. Big time shot. 53-42. Faith Baptist calls out a play, and there's going to be a foul down low on Polly. Trying to get position with Musa. That's going to be his third as well. Faith Baptist will pass it in bounds. Right back to Musa. Musa tries to go down low. Stolen. Bridgewater. One-on-one. Take it in on him. And he'll decide to pull it back and shoot from just inside the three-point line. And they're going to call it a 3. That was good. Score is back down to only 8 points. 53-48.
Boy, they got a break there because he's definitely on the line there, and they gave him the 3.
53-45, pardon me. But now it's back to 10. 55-45. It'll be Bridgewater. He's got the hot hand. Step back, heat check.
Oh,
and
my
he
goodness.
is hot. On fire is what you would call it. Bridgewater knocks it down. 55-48. And that'll be a timeout taken by head coach Ron Madison of Faith Baptist.
Bridgewater had 5 at halftime. He has 9 now. He has hit 3 in a row. And I tell you what, and now with the lead at 55-48, timeout by Faith. You got to regroup if you're a little bit about Faith. Now, the good thing is you outsize them underneath. Do you continue to force the ball inside? If you're Columbus, you got to stand firm, take the charge, because they have 2 guys with 3 fouls. They have 4 guys with 2 fouls, and they have 1 guy with 1 foul. So you got to be aggressive here. The other key that I would tell my kids if we're coaching, I want this within 2 points at the end of the third quarter, and then we can come back and play our game. If you go back all the way to the first quarter, Brett, it was 26-16 at the end of the first quarter. Columbus started off slow. They have built up and built up. Do they still have enough energy and enough to finish this today? And I tell you what, this crowd of over 100 people that Columbus has brought definitely can inspire them.
Really inspirational for this Columbus Christian team. Almost a home atmosphere all the way to Dayton, Tennessee. Interesting and exuberant. Into the front court, driving in will be Blake. Blake's shot is blocked. And they're going to say Miracle stepped out of bounds after he blocked the shot, tried to save it back. But it was a good block shot right there by Miracle. Now this game's got a lot of excitement to it, Keith. A 7-point lead. Musa with the basketball. Tries to pass it in. This will be last touch by Bridgewater. Musa back with the ball. Musa's able to get it in. Top of the key. Working it now to the right side. 3-point shot by Musa. No good. They're going to call a foul on Polly on the 3-point shot attempt. That will send Musa to the line to shoot 3. And that is also the 4th foul on Polly. We'll see if head coach Kevin Roth will pull out Polly with 4 fouls.
Absolutely not. You play with your bigs. You got to get it going here.
Musa misses the first of 3. Still a 7-point lead. 3:43 left here.
What you hope that he does is only make one of these, and if he misses all 3 of them, you got a gift. Well, there's the first one.
He makes one. Let's see if your wish comes true. Another miss here.
8-point lead now.
Keith, I liken a trip at the free throw line in 0 for 2 and 0 for 3 to a turnover. There's nothing good coming out of that possession. As he was able to knock down the third. 2 for 3 from the line. Now back to a 9-point lead. Up and 2 with the shot right into the body of Danjovic as he's able to pick up the 3rd foul. That will send Miracle to the line to shoot 2 free throws. That's only the 2nd team foul of the half, but a lot of foul trouble as we've mentioned. Miracle at the line. Fires up the first free throw. This one will rim out to the right.
You need every opportunity to score if you're Columbus now here with 3:37 left in the third quarter.
These shots, the throws, cost the best price in the world, and those are free. As he makes the 2nd free throw, and that is 57-49 now. A 9-point advantage. Faith Baptist is really clinging onto the lead. Into the front, shot up by Shaw, no good, but foul from behind by Bridgewater. Shaw back to the line. Needless foul there by Bridgewater. Got beat on the play. And it will send Shaw back to the line.
Shaw has 14 points on the night. Make it 14.
Still 14 for Shaw. The defense has really picked up for Columbus Christian in the second half. As Shaw will size up. Another miss again. And that rebound will come down into the hands of Miracle. A wonderful pass cross court from the half-court line all the way down to the post. Miracle lays it in for 2.
You cut it within 6.
Within 6 and down low to Forrest. Forrest up and the harm with the made shot as that foul is on Polly. Yep, they're going to give it instead to Noblet as Noblet's bleeding. As Noblet is going to be all right. The free throw is up, and this one will rim out. Ball will fall down into the hands of Bridgewater now. Bridgewater has it. Noble's going to set the screen. Little pick and roll. Bridgewater three, no good. Bridgewater will grab a miss. Goes cross court, down low into the paint. Polly lays it in for two. 59-53, back down to 6. Faith Baptist, we're getting a little bit of a scare. Shot now by Shaw, ill-advised. Pulled down by up into the front court. As Straub will hand off now back to Straub into the paint as his shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Straub, followed his miss. Gets it back to the hands of Miracle. Miracle looks for a screen. Will drive all the way into the lane. Splits two defenders. A little flip shot, no good. Down with the rebound will be Blake. Blake into the front court as he'll pass off to Shaw. Shaw floater, and that one's good. And that'll be back 61-53, 8-point game. Under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Bridgewater has it. Looks to pass down low, and he'll do just that. Noble cannot finish at the rim. He thought he was fouled. It'll be up to Blake. Blake all the way into the lane, and they're going to call an offensive foul there on Blake. That's only the first foul on Blake, so if there's one player it's okay to pick up a foul, that would be Blake. 61-53. Substitution here as Danjubic will go to the bench. Lane checks back in as Roth will also come back in, giving a quick rest to Miracle.
I tell you what, after this game, you'll have to ice yourself, and you'll sleep well tonight.
A lot of physicality here early and late. Into the lane, Straub. Another one of his flip shots off the backboard. He can't finish this one. Shaw into the front court as he'll go all the way in. His shot up, no good. Big rebound and put back by Forrest. I'll tell you someone who will get a vote from me to be on the all-tournament team.
Yes, sir.
Forrest with a bunch of offensive rebounds and a bunch of stickbacks. This will be a foul here, as it's going to be a moving screen on Noblet of Columbus Christian, sending it back to Faith Baptist. Kevin Roth does not like that call one bit. Lane passes it in. Blake has it. Top of the key. Looks for a screen. Back to a man-to-man defense as it will be put up by Musa. Musa's shot is short. Taken down by Polly. Polly will dribble once and pass off to Bridgewater. Under a minute, 50 seconds left here. Pass down low to the hands of Polly. Kicked back outside. Pass down low. Polly has it stolen away by Blake. Blake into the front court. And it's going to be a blocking foul by Straub. That's going to be the second foul on Straub. 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. And now it's the one and the bonus, sending Blake to the line to shoot it.
And if anything, that hurts Columbus being in a bonus, down by 10 with 39 seconds to go. And here comes Blake on the line. He has 19 points on the night.
It will not push that one to 20. Instead, Straub will pull down the board. 36 seconds left here. Straub looks to break down Blake. Instead, will pass off right wing extended, and a long three here as well, as this will fly out of bounds. Last touch by Baptist. 25 seconds left in the quarter. 10-point game. A little bit of separation has been put back on by Faith Baptist. Down low into the paint. Shot is up by Noblet. This time he's able to finish. 63-55. It's going to be a personal timeout. I do believe the clock did not start yet again. As they will put back the allotted time on. I'm not sure how much. They're going to keep it where it is. Back into the hands of Faith Baptist. Up into the front court. Faith Baptist might hold for the last shot of the quarter here. Left elbow extended. Looking down low to Forrest. Nothing available. Blake gets into the lane. Passes off the lane. His shot rattles out. No good. Right back to Blake. Shot no good. Pulled down by Noblet. So at the end of 3, we have the score. Faith Baptist 63 and Columbus Christian Crusaders 55. Stay tuned here for the 4th quarter of this high-intensity game.
Are you listening to another game on Indiana SRN?
No, I'm listening to God's Word 24/7 on Indiana.
Sends the lead back to 10. And Straub tried to do one of his famous flip shots. Instead, no good. As a big-time bomb there is off the mark by Zarko. Quickly comes Columbus Christian, down by 10. Straight into the lane as Straub can't even finish at the rim. Big rebound and put back there by Noblet. That'll be 65-57, 8-point lead. You can hear the crowd in the background. It is a large faithful here. Rebound is down low. They're going to say Musa was over the back. And it looks as though there's also a cramp on the floor. And this will be a cramp. Down on the floor will be Shaw. And with that cramp, we're going to go ahead and step aside for a quick second. With the score, 65-57, 6 minutes, 44 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
Bertner Electric has over 30 years of experience working on residential and commercial electrical systems, just like you.
Sports.
Back live here. Shaw is able to limp off to the sidelines with his cramp. A big loss right now for the time being for Faith Baptist. Bridgewater has it. He'll drive into the lane. His shot is up. This is off the rim and through. A great game here for Bridgewater. Back down to 6 points. Lane has it now for Faith Baptist. Working it around, top of the key. As Blake will go to Musa. Down low to Lane. Size advantage over Bridgewater, and that's good. Still an 8-point game. Brett Young with Keith Myers. 6:10 left. As it will now be driven into the front court, as this will be a foul called. Not sure who they're going to give this one to. And that foul will be on Forrest. That is his fourth. As right now the foul trouble will start to catch back for Faith Christian. Foul troubles as well as injuries. We will see what happens. Straub at the line. His team down 8. Rattles in the first. Danjovic will check back in for Faith Baptist. He'll give a rest to Forrest. Now Straub. Another big free throw here. The crowd is silent. He knocks it through. 67-61. As this crowd is on their feet, getting excited, back down to 6 points. Danjovic has it in the post. Lane shoots a shot from the free throw line and knocks it through. 69-61, a big shot there. Driven across half court. Slowed up will be Bridgewater. Bridgewater spots up for a deep three, and this is way off the mark. The rebound is passed up and into the hands of Blake. Blake into the front court, kicks it out, right corner, three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Danjovic, put up and in, not in. Rebound is floated around, and it's going to be a foul. This time, drafting over the back will be Lane. And I think that might be the fourth on Lane. That's the fourth on Lane. Shaw checks back in for Faith Baptist, as well as Miracle back in for Columbus Christian. Foul trouble for Lane, as well as for the big man down low, as it will be driven in down low, and another foul here on Danjovic, and that will be his fourth. Setting Miracle to the line to shoot 2 free throws. That is also the 7th foul. So a quick wrap-up right now, as Lane has 4. Forrest has 4. Danjovic has 4. As the free throw is up and in. 69-62. 5:17 left here. Right now, it could be a crucial make. Bring it back within 6 yet again. As he will knock it through in a 30-second timeout here by head coach Kevin Roth. And we'll keep it right here. Coach, excitement.
Yeah, if you're Kevin Roth, what you do now, you have them really reeling with. You have 1, 2, 3 players has 4 fouls. You need to be very aggressive at going to the basket. Any kind of contact, you got to make sure the officials see it. Ball fake, get them up in the air, get that 5th foul. You get them with 2 or 3 players out of the game. Now all of a sudden it's 5-4. If you can do that with 3 minutes to go, you're looking really good. The good thing I like about Faith is they seem to know where the ball is at times, and they have played to where their strength was, and their strength has been inside, and they have concentrated inside. As you have, right now you have 1, 2, 3 guys in double figures. If you're in Faith, they are Shaw, they are Forrest, and they are Blake. So very interesting strategy here. It's going to be a very interesting 5:17 left.
5:17 is what we have left on the clock. A 6-point game. Bringing it up slowly up the court will be Blake. Blake has it right wing extended. Gets inside. Will pass off to the left elbow. Musa. Down low to Danjovic. Cross court pass into the top of the key. Now Blake. He'll drive in. His shot is up and rattles out. Big rebound pulled down by Polly. Polly gets it up into the hands of Bridgewater. Bridgewater will go into the lane. His shot is up and good. Down to a 4-point game. 69-65. Shaw has it. Mid-range jumper. This one is no good. Rebounded by Straub. 4:35 left here. Head coach Ron Madison has a look of fear in his eye. Straub with the basketball. Right wing extended. Looks to drive it in. Receives a couple strings. Spots up for mid-range. No good. Rebounded. Passed up into Shaw's hands. Shaw goes all the way in. And a big foul here by Bridgewater. Sending Shaw to the line for 2.
Now, a lot of people would think that's a stupid foul. To me, that's a smart foul. He didn't get the ball into the basket, so you have to earn the 2 shots and the 2 points.
As you mentioned, a very smart foul there by Bridgewater, sending Shaw to the line. First free throw's up, and he's able to knock it through.
Shaw has got ice water in his veins.
Ice water in his veins and a cramp in his calf.
He is 6 for 6 tonight on the free throw line.
Second free throw, just as good as his first 6. Score is now 71-65, still within shooting range for Columbus Christian. And this one will be stolen into the front court, laid in by Blake. Big turnover that cannot happen at this juncture.
Yeah, you can't make those mistakes.
Miracle has it. He'll stop and pop from mid-range, and that's good. 73-67. Now into the hands of Shaw. Shaw stops and pops from 3. Reckless 3. Pulled down by Noblet. Noblet will pass off into the hands of Bridgewater. It's back down to a 6-point game. Bridgewater into the lane. His shot up and good! Bridgewater's having the game of his life. 73-69. Crowd is loud. Coming down to 3 minutes left here. Passing it around. As it will be now back to Shaw. Shaw floater up. No good. Pulled down by Musa. Musa put back. Rattles out. Another put back by Danjovic. And it will be a foul from behind on Straub. That'll send Danjovic to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Danjovic at the line also has 4 fouls. Slings up the first, and that's off the back iron. 3:07 left here. No matter what, still a 2-possession game. Make or miss. Knocks down the second. 74-69. 5-point game. Into the front court, and it will be taken, passed over to Miracle. Miracle, step back, shot, and that'll be off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Blake. Blake might look to push. Instead, he will waste some time. Up at the top of the key. Has it over. Looks to drive into the lane. Passes out to Musa for 3. That was off the iron. Danjovic, a little over the back. Instead, it will be corralled down by Straub. Straub dishes it over into the left elbow. Step back baseline shot by Miracle is still no good. 2:26 left here as Blake will push it up into the hands of Shaw. Shaw drives in, down to Danjovic. Danjovic's shot, no good. Had to readjust with the player there. 5-point game. Kevin Roth shouting on the sidelines. Columbus Christian needs a basket here. 2 minutes left. As Shaw will steal the ball into the front court. His lay-in will be no good. They're going to be stripped before. That'll be 2 shots for Shaw.
Miracle on the foul. That's his 4th. And now Columbus has got some players in probably. Powley with 4, Miracle with 4, Straub with 3, Roth with 1, Noblet with 2, and Bridgewater with 3.
Both of these teams are exhausted. First free throw is up and good for Shaw. As Faith Baptist will pull back all their free throw players trying to grab a rebound. Instead, it will be only Musa staying there. And the second free throw is good. Unbelievable shooting from the free throw line there by Shaw. Back to a 6-point lead. As the clock, yet again, did not start. (76-69). Ball will be passed in. 1:56 left here in the ball game. And it was almost lost. Instead, Bridgewater has it. Will corral it back into the front court. 3-pointer now up by Straub. This is no good. Rebounded, batted down into the hands. Up and good. Plus the shot in. That will send Noblet to the line for a 3-point play.
That's a huge basket. Huge basket for Columbus. 71-76. The winner of this game will play in the semifinal at 11:30 tomorrow morning. We will have that broadcast because that game is right here at the Bluff Center.
Free throw is up. Noblet knocks it through.
Do they have one more run in them?
They might. Down by 4. That might be down by 3 now. I'm not sure. We'll see if they change the score as it is down by 3, 76-73. Into the lane. Musa has it. Gives it off to Blake. Blake uses his craftiness with the dribble. Scissors through and puts up the lane for 2. Into the front court as this will be a foul. And it'll send Bridgewater to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. And that'll be a foul on Blake.
78-72 is correct.
Is correct, okay. Free throw is up, and that rattles through. 78 now to 73. And another one is up and through. 78 to 74. As there's 1 minute and 10 seconds left here. Into the front court. Shot is up by Blake. And that's good. Simply cannot stop the drive of Blake in this game. Back comes these Crusaders from Columbus Christian. Picking up a screen and getting into the front court. Passes it off. Into the hands of Straub. Straub's shot is up. No good. They're going to get a foul on Zarko with 49 seconds left.
Down by 6 here. You need to make both these free throws. Call timeout, regroup, and see what you can do. You got to stop the inside penetration.
It all starts with these free throws.
Oh, my.
Can't knock down the first.
Oh, my.
That is the difference in the game.
And I tell you what, the numbers have climbed while this game has gone on. Unbelievable people that are listening and viewing this game.
As the second is no good as well. Rebound pulled in by Blake. Blake will pull it out. 42 seconds. Columbus Christian will foul. You know, that's the difference in the game, Keith. Faith Baptist knocked down their free throws. Columbus Christian did not.
Yeah, Columbus has missed opportunities at the free throw line. I tell you, the 10-point lead at the end of the first quarter, also slow start for Columbus.
Free throw is up and through for Blake. As they continue to knock them down, this Faith Baptist club really putting on a show. Knox, rebound. But he was out on the shot attempt. Absolutely ludicrous right there. You did not need to make that foul. It will send Miracle to the line
Because now
to shoot 3.
Now you're giving hope.
Yeah.
I mean, you knock down both of these 3 points baskets, and you're still got plenty of time.
First free throw yet again left short.
Wow.
Miracle missing his free throws. Straub missed his. A couple of
And Bridgewater.
Water. Second free throw will finally go through for Columbus Christian. Either way, Columbus Christian has really fought hard in this game. Faith Baptist got out to the big lead. Kind of surprised Columbus Christian with their speed. And the next free throw is knocked down as well. Back down to a 5-point game. And the pass is up. Almost stolen. It'll be grabbed by Shaw. Shaw floats it in. And it will be good for 2. 82-76, 6 points. 83-72, 76, pardon me. As it will now be a 3-pointer by Bridgewater. Step back shot, good! 83-79, 13 seconds. Anything can happen. There will be a timeout. As it's going to go ahead and be a full timeout, and we'll take it with them. Stay tuned with us here on Indiana SRN for the final 13.3 seconds of this exciting back and forth contest.
You're listening to Indiana SRN, home for God's Word 24/7 and sports.
13.3 seconds left here as the ball will be inbounded and fouled right away. Straub will pick up the foul. That'll send Blake to the line to shoot some free throws.
That's the tough thing, though. It's Straub's fifth, and that's one of your three-point shooters. And
now I do believe, did Straub foul out?
yes, he just fouled out of the ball game.
Straub fouled out, bringing in Noble. Jarrett Noble did play a little bit in the first half. Big free throws here for Blake.
Got to knock them both down. You really do.
I still don't know how 2 seconds rolled off the clock with that, but either way. Shot is up and through for Blake. It says 11.4 seconds left. We came back with 13.3. The foul was immediately as the ball was passed in. As the second free throw is good. Into the hands of Bridgewater. He stops and pops for three, and he cannot hit it in. It'll be out of bounds. Back to Faith Baptist.
Tonight's game is Kentucky versus North Carolina. Please stick around for that for us.
A long three, and this one is off the mark. And that'll do it for you here. As the final game in the first segment of day 2 of the NACA National Tournament is won by Faith Baptist with the final score of 85 to Columbus Christian 79. Stay tuned as we have a bit of a wrap-up, and then we will go into a little hiatus, and then we'll come back later for 2 more exciting games here from Dayton, Tennessee.